Forgetting about the human factor and the emotional well-being of so many people that we can't expect them to go in a shelter for 30 days and come out and be revived and rejuvenated and their self-esteem and self-confidence at a level where everybody's needs to be able to, do great things with their life. So I thought if we build that environment for them, an environment that, if you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Food and shelter is the first and foremost basic things that we need and deserve. If it's raining outside, we're looking for shelter. If we're hungry, especially me, I'm getting everybody out of my way until I find something to eat. Then everything else becomes secondary. But right above that is this desire to feel appreciated and valued and cared for and loved. And if you don't have that, I mean, it's innate. We yearn for it, and it's what we respond to. So thinking if we could do that with our organization, we're with this running club, and then build job training partners and build employment partners and build housing partners that we can connect our members to, as long as they earn the ability to have those connections, that's the only way we're going to solve the issue. And it's going to take longer than 30 days. It's going to take maybe 6 months, maybe 9 months. We don't know. We have to figure some of that stuff out. So this was the point in my life where I made one of the most important decisions I've ever made. It was August 14th, and I was supposed to go to Comcast the next day and start my new job, and realized I can't do that. There's this path that gets created that you think you're supposed to go down. But when you find what your mission and your purpose is in your life, I knew I had to put everything I had into growing this and building it, and if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. So unfortunately, walked away from, fortunately and unfortunately, I had to turn down that job, and it was a very difficult conversation for me to have. But this pipe dream that was, in 2007 about building something that people could first, change their lives and first have the opportunity to feel good about themselves, and then connect them to these other outlets to really make some change in their lives, has really happened with the help and support of so many smart and brilliant and supportive people. The organization has grown into a 6 to 9 month program that, in 2009 helped 120 people change their lives in a real positive way by going back to school, going through job training programs, getting employed, and or moving out of the shelter to live back with their family or live independently. We have about between a 45 and 50% retention rate in Philadelphia and Baltimore. We've done an amazing job with a great group of staff to build something that is so structurally sound, legally sound, financially sound, and one of the most important parts to me still is the way they were able to create this social change on both sides. I still remember the day of walking into that shelter and having these guys look at me and judge me and put stereotypes on me the same way as all of us do with other people, whether they're homeless or not. It's very easy to judge people for what we think we might know about somebody, especially the homeless. There's a very negative connotation, or it's an ugly issue that most people don't want to get involved in, and they think they know, oh yeah, homelessness, that's that guy in the corner who's belligerent and asking me for money, and I think he's lazy. That's not what homelessness is. So what Back on My Feet does is all of a sudden we take running and we make it relevant to so many people's lives. Young professionals who have not been involved in this issue before, who've never found a way to get involved in the issue because maybe they don't want to go down to the soup kitchen, or they don't want to go hand out food or go work at a shelter. But if it's running, if it's something that you're doing anyway, and you know the power of it, and you're able to share that with somebody who's going to run stride by stride with you, and you're going to be able to build a friendship and a respect for somebody who's out there doing their 5 miles the same way you are, that's powerful, and that's the only way you're going to see change. If the community doesn't get behind it and want to see people succeed, it's never going to happen. So I give this example sometimes of a football game. Let's just say you have the number one rated football team playing the lowest rated football team. No matter who you are, everybody is like silently rooting for that team who's never won a game to beat the football team who hasn't lost a game. There's this huge underdog element to the organization that allows people to respond so well to our members who have unfortunately struggled more than anybody needs to struggle in their life. And when you can see them working very hard to change that, how can you not want to see them succeed? So that's where the support of the public comes in, the support of the media and everybody else, where the stereotypes disappear, because the last thing that running is lazy. And so we've been able again to connect people in a pretty beautiful way. When we start caring about one another, that's when you're going to see real change. So I could